Hello everyone, my name is Caden K from Hide and Seek, and welcome to a brand new video. As usual, grab your blankets and grab your snacks and get comfortable, because today we're going into the disturbing manga adaptation of Junko's death. I'm gonna just put this very blatantly. This one is very gross and very disgusting, so if any sort of gore is something that makes you feel a little iffy, just don't watch this. Genuinely, just don't watch this at all. If you've never watched or never seen anime before, I feel like you're kind of missing out a bit. Anime is actually really fun. I enjoy anime, I enjoy manga, I enjoy all the bits of different pieces and slices of that. It's really fun. I really love reading about it. I love learning about it. It's so sick. But obviously with every good thing, there's kind of like that weird, odd side to it all, if you know what I mean. So you might have the normal fighting animes and whoa man, or oh, this is telling a sad story, oh, this is so impactful, and then you have the Oni-chan side of anime. And that same thing also applies with manga. Obviously a lot of the animes are adaptations of the manga that's being written. So with some manga, there's obviously the weird pornography side of things. And, with every bit of pornography, there's always many different layers. There's always something with it. For some people are just like, I want a big booty white woman. And for others, it's like, I want some big old honker women. Yeah. And one of the styles of pornography that's written is this gory, kind of like violent type of pornography, and it's definitely not for everyone. I look at this stuff and I'm like, what in the world? How do people enjoy this? But who knows? It's scratching someone's itch out there. The biggest thing about this, though, is that not a lot of them are based on actual cases of people getting genuinely hurt. A lot of it is very fictionalized. Like, okay, we got some imaginary woman named Stacy, and we got some imaginary dude named Brian, and then they duke it out in this whatever mess is going on in this scene that this little manga is being written in. What you don't see very often, though, is it written on actual cases of things that genuinely happened. And this is what leads us into the disgusting, horrible, and vile manga that was written about the tragic demise of Junko. If you've never heard of Junko's fate, I have a video on this, but I'll try to keep this as simply as possible. A young girl by the name of Junko Furuta gets kidnapped and is suffering for 44 days at the hands of her kidnappers. They're beating her, they're sexually forcing themselves upon her, they're doing anything vile that's in the book to her, shoving foreign objects inside her, wherever that may be. They just absolutely mutilated and destroyed this innocent girl. And at the end of it all, they put her in a vat of concrete after they had killed her to try to hide her body. Of course, the body was found, but the people that did the stuff to her essentially got off scot-free. So this entire case is genuinely disgusting, and it's genuinely horrible, so why would anyone ever want to do something that's disrespectful to the victim? Well, that brings us to this manga. This story basically page for page tells Junko's story. So there's no way that you can say, well, this might just be a coincidence. Nope. They mention the concrete girl at the end, and I think they even say it at the beginning of the manga as well. The same style that Junko got kidnapped is presented in this book. It's awful and it's disgusting. One of the biggest things when you're telling a story of someone is that you need to be respectful. You need to tell it in a way that is just presenting information, not getting a kick out of what is happening. And that's exactly what this manga is doing. It's telling it in a way that's making people get a kick out of what happened to this poor innocent girl. And it's vile, it's abhorrent, it's disgusting. This is genuinely one of the things that actually make me super, super angry, because the biggest thing that I care about the most is respect. Respect to the victims. Respect to the people who lost their lives to some crazy lunatics. And this is the direct opposite of respectful. It is disgusting. It is not respectful in any way, shape, or form. Now, if this were trying to tell it as the story of her and what happened, and they just happened to be sketching it out, and of course, there's disgusting rape scenes and stuff like that in there. You know, I'd understand if they were trying to do it to educate people, but the thing is that judging by what this author does, they do a lot of that style of like pornography. So it's clearly not meant to be educational. It's clearly meant to be blatantly disrespectful and make a sexualization of the entire thing. And why would you ever do that? This entire story is awful. It should make your stomach churn when you listen to the things on what happened to Junko. So why would you ever look at that story and think, man, I want to write something out of this. I would love to publish this so hundreds and thousands of people can see this. It's disgusting, and I hate it. Now, as I mentioned before, look, people are into some crazy things. I get that. I don't necessarily see it as a problem if you're wanting to do it not pertaining to a victim, a real victim. I can see that. If you want to get off to this stuff, maybe do it to some fake person that the author wrote. Like, I'd understand, like, look, if you want to get off to this stuff, do your thing. Like, I don't care. Whatever makes you happiest, man. Look. But the thing is that when you're clearly doing it from a real life victim, it's disrespectful. Throughout the entirety of the manga, it's very evident that the author at least knew a little bit about what he was writing about. Because when you look into it, a lot of the phrases that are said by the character is stuff exactly that Junko said. In the very final few panels of the manga, she says, "Please just kill me. Just kill me already," which is word for word exactly what Junko said. So there was no way that you could play this off as, oh, okay, well, this was just, you know, this wasn't meant to be, you know, what I'm trying to make it out to be. Nope, it's clearly what exactly this dude's trying to make it out to be. They make connections to the Yakuza, which one of the people in Junko's case were in. There's 4 people that were doing the harming to her. Guess what? There were 4 people that were doing the harming to her in the real story. This is 100% comparing it to the Junko case, and it absolutely frustrates me. He's drawing out rape scenes and putting foreign objects in this girl. The character is seen crying. It's clear that she is uncomfortable with what is happening. There's blood in it, there's gore, whatever disgusting thing that you can think of, I'm willing to bet this thing has it. And it is absolutely 100% without a doubt disrespectful. It really angered me reading this entire thing. I couldn't believe that someone genuinely sat down and wrote all of this. Look, get off to whatever you want to get off to, but you're really wanting to get off to the real story of an innocent girl who got killed. You wanted to write that, or if you're on the receiving end of it all, you're wanting to get off to that? Really? There's many scenes in the manga where she's getting tortured, she's getting yanked on, she's getting pulled. It sucks because it's clearly direct parallels to Junko's case, and it infuriates me to no end. Respect is one of the most important things, in my opinion, when it comes to covering true crime cases. You never want to make fun of the victim or anything like that, because it's not their fault that they were at the receiving end of some other person's disgusting behaviors. So when I see stuff like this online, it genuinely infuriates me to a point to where I wish I could place it. It frustrates me that someone wrote this. It's disgusting that someone wrote this. Respect is one of the most important things, and you clearly weren't showing it to her when you were writing this stupid mess of a manga. It's infuriating. It pisses me off. Now, I know this was a little bit more of a rant than anything. I don't like getting super frustrated about things, but when I see blatant disrespect for human life, I don't know, just triggers something in me, and this manga did exactly that. I'm not going to link the manga anywhere. It's online if you want to get pissed off just as much as I did. So if you're wanting to look for it, you can go and find it. It's somewhere out there. Just don't be surprised if you leave it just as pissed off as I am, because it's really hard not to look at this and say, wow, I actually want to beat the hell out of the author. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the video, why not like and subscribe? It definitely helps me out. If you didn't, why not dislike and let me know what I can improve on next time. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all in the next one.